And coming up next, Vicki Rogers shares her story of becoming Ms. Pennsylvania Senior America for 2013. That's next on Real Life.
Most of us are probably familiar with the Miss America program. But did you know there was another similar program for older contestants? Vicki Rogers was crowned Miss Pennsylvania Senior America for 2013, and she's here to tell us all about her experience. Welcome to Real Life, Vicki. We're so glad you're here.
Nice to be here.
Yes. Well,
thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And why don't you just tell us, I understand that this started as a ministry for older adults. So if you can just share what the pageant is all about, that'd be great.
The program, the Senior America program, it was started over 40 years ago by Dr. Al Mott. He was a Catholic boy who went to ORU, and there he learned how to seek and search for your ministry. So in his hometown in New Jersey, he started a call-in center, a phone center, and a walk-in center, and 95% of the people were seniors who were downtrodden and suffering. So this was his ministry. He started to seniors. Scripture says to honor your father and mother. And 15% of us are over 65, and that number is growing.
So he started a ministry called Senior America, and one of the facets of it is the Senior America Pageant. And so you were just sharing, I asked what were some of the criteria. You said that one of the things you had to be 60 or older. What else would you share about the pageant too?
There are 4 things that you're judged on in the pageant. One is the evening gown walk. It is based after the Miss America Scholarship Organization, the evening gown walk. Talent, and that talent can be something made up. It doesn't have to be something that you would actively be doing on a regular basis. People do skits. Another one is you write your philosophy of life from your experiences, what you've learned throughout your lifetime, and then you present that. And then also your talent. Okay. There are 4,
sure.
And the private judges interview also.
Oh, okay, wow.
Yeah.
So there was a contest in Pennsylvania.
Yes, it was.
And are they throughout the country as well?
It's in every state.
Okay.
Well, isn't that nice to know?
That is. And then you all come together. You had Pennsylvania, and then you came to, where else do you come to do the national?
There is a national pageant that was in Atlantic City. And
you brought some pictures with you.
Yeah.
I
Vicki,
did.
Let's look at some of the pictures.
Okay.
Maybe you could talk us through these.
That's in Atlantic City. It's all the girls, the 34 women on stage for the opening, an opening number. We had a ball, and that's dressed up to go to the ball.
Oh, cool.
Those are my 2 roommates, 2 friends that came with me. The Superstar Theater is where the pageant was. That's my first parade. That's with my state senator receiving a commendation at the Capitol. I've gotten 5 commendations. That's my U.S. Congressman, Joseph Pitts, another commendation. That's at another Veterans Day parade. That's the Color Guard. That's a poster that was made by my 2 roommates to go to Atlantic City.
Oh, that's cool. Oh.
What if I'd have talked to you 25, 30 years ago, you probably wouldn't have said that you would have done this.
No, this is not me. Before this, I never even did my hair and makeup. I never wanted to be a princess when I was a little girl.
Oh.
I went in, I had found out about it, and you had to have a talent. So that's why I went in, because of my singing. But now I can see afterwards that it was God that led me into it. And anything you do can be ministry. I have 3 passions in my life: my faith, my music, and a desire to help people in their time of need. My faith, my music, and I'm a nurse. I've been a nurse. So my nursing is ministry, my singing is ministry, and now this I am doing as ministry. Everything you do, do it as unto the Lord.
I like the idea that you advocate for people who are over 60 to get involved.
Absolutely.
You know, that life's not done, it's just getting started.
Yes, it is.
Can you talk to us about that for a minute?
It is. Older people, we are growing in numbers, and we have a purpose. We have valuable things that we have learned to pass on to the younger generation to make an impact on society. And we're an example also to older Americans. We're vital and alive. We're not sitting on the front porch rocking like when I was a kid, my image of older people. The image of seniors has changed.
Absolutely. You were telling us too earlier that the age range in the pageant went from like 60 to there was someone in their 90s.
There was a woman in her 90s. She was a World War II vet, and she was in the top 10. They're amazing women.
What was her talent?
She was an actress, so she did a reading.
Oh, that's awesome. That's really cool. I think that this has afforded you a platform to be able to share with all age groups that it's going to get better. You know, that even as we get older, sometimes we think that our life is over, but it's not.
If you keep my philosophy of life talks about perseverance, how I've persevered through the years, through hardships, through many setbacks. Keep persevering. If you keep going, eventually God will take you to that place where you're supposed to be to fulfill your purpose. I had a prophecy that I would win the Pennsylvania pageant, and it was to fulfill my purpose, that this was God's timing for me. Over 60. Who would have thought?
Well, God thought.
That's right.
Yeah.
Not only did he think,
God knows.
he did.
God knows. Like in the green room, somebody said, you never know what God's going to do. You never, at any age.
Well, how do you encourage a viewer, somebody that's watching, man or woman, that's over, you know, in the 60s, 70s, 80s, how would you encourage them to move forward and take that next step?
You do one thing after another, do one step, and spending time with God, the things that we know, the principles of God, the spiritual principles we know, to seek God, spending time in His presence, finding out what you are supposed to do. What Dr. Mott said, the founder of this, Dr. Mott, he said when he was at ORU, his one teacher said about how to find your ministry, it is to get involved. Getting involved, you will see what is needed and what you feel to do.
Vicki, thank you for coming and being part of our family and sharing with us. The last question is, how do you nominate somebody to be in this? Because I got an idea that maybe, Norma, I can nominate you on this Miss Pennsylvania.
Great.
There's nobody, nothing, you're already there, so I'm
No, she's the next year. But she has that inner beauty that God can show forth.
Amen.
Well,
Let's change the subject.
Well, maybe a good way to do that is tell us what's coming up next.